read Living Alone from Unique Learning. Now, we've talked about living with other people, but what if you don't like living with other people? The other option is to live alone. And when you decide that you don't want to live at home with mom or dad anymore and you want to be a little bit more independent, that is an option for some of you. So we're going to read what it takes to live independently or on your own. Some people choose to live on their own. They need to be responsible. They need to do many things independently. They may get help with some things. They may need to learn new skills. Are you thinking about living on your own? Are you ready? There's a lot of responsibility that comes with living alone. Now, I've worked in supportive apartments where people live on their own, but they have support from staff that comes in a few hours out of the week to help out with groceries or medical appointments or filling medications and making sure that chores are done. Those are called supportive apartments. That might be an option for some of you. To live on your own, you should be able to take care of yourself. Do you know how to clean and dress yourself? Eat balanced meals. Make simple meals. Take your medicine and keep yourself safe. Now, those are all very important things. If you don't know how to cook for yourself, you can't live alone because no one's there to cook for you. So how are you going to eat? You have to be able to eat balanced meals and healthy meals that include a vegetable, a fruit, some type of protein like a meat, and a grain. I can tell you from experience that I worked with somebody in a group home and he moved into a supportive apartment and I worked with him there. He chose to eat whatever he wanted to in mass amounts, a lot of food. And he was only 25, so not too much older than you guys. And he gained a lot of weight. I'm talking a lot of weight living on his own because you couldn't tell him what to do. He was going to do what he wanted to do. And he ended up becoming so unhealthy that he ended up getting taken out of the supported apartment and put back into a supervised group home because he wasn't healthy and he wasn't able to take care of himself because he wasn't making healthy food choices. So there's that. Take your medicine. If you have medicine that you have to take, you have to make sure that you take it appropriately. You need to know the name of the medication, how many times a day you need to take the medication. Maybe you need help filling out one of those pill containers Monday through Sunday. So this way you can keep track of what you're taking. It's very important. If you can't give your own medication for any kind of sicknesses that you might have, you may not be able to live on your own. And you need to be able to keep yourself safe, that you're not going to set a fire in the kitchen and not know what to do, or keep the door unlocked and strangers come in, or invite strangers over to your house, because those aren't safe things to do when you live independently. To live on your own, you should be able to take care of your money. Do you know how to keep your money in a safe place? Pay your bills on time? Spend money wisely? Save money wisely? So you need to know how to maintain and keep track of your money. You don't want to keep it under a pillow. You want to have a bank account. This way you can keep track of how much money you have. You have to make sure that you're saving money in order to pay for your bills instead of paying for things that you might like to do, like go to that wrestling match from the WWE. If you don't have money in order to pay your rent, you probably shouldn't be buying tickets for entertainment. And to live on your own, you should be able to take care of your home. Do you know how to keep a home clean, keep a home safe, and get help for repairs? So you need to be able to keep safe, like I was saying earlier, not setting fires on the stove or the microwave, putting things in there that don't belong in there, like aluminum. And I've been there, I've seen that from people who live in apartments. They've done that before. It's a scary thing. You need to be able to make sure that your home is safe, that you're locking the doors when you're home alone. It just keeps you safe, so no one's going to be busting in your door or accidentally walking in if you live in an apartment building. because it happens sometimes. Making sure your windows are shut when it's rainy and windy outside so the rain's not coming in. Just making sure that everything's safe in your house. Turning off electrical appliances after you've used them. If you're a girl and you straighten your hair or curl it, make sure you shut that stuff off. Very important. And if you have to have repairs done, usually if you're in an apartment, you probably have a landlord. You need to know how to call the landlord. Or if you happen to live in a supported apartment, make sure you tell your staff so they can get in touch with the landlord. And lastly, to live on your own, you should be able to get around your community. Will you be able to drive your own vehicle, ride the bus, use a ride service, walk, get rides from friends or family? So now those are all things that are important because if you need to get to the store, you need to be able to get there. If you live in a supported apartment, your staff will probably give you a ride to the store, which is fantastic. But if you want to go to the corner store, you should be able to walk there. Or for certain instances in living situations, you may have to rely on paratransit in the Western New York area where you call up and someone can take you to a doctor appointment or to the grocery store in order to get errands done that you need to get done. Or could you call up friends and family, which is always a great thing, but not so reliable. So you have to be able to independently know how you're going to get around your community. So are you ready to live on your own, all by yourself, manage your money, keep your house safe, pay your bills, go to medical appointments, make the appointments, and get around your community? If you are, put it in the comment section. I'd be interested to know which of you would be ready to move into an apartment today, all by yourself. And if you're not ready to move in independently, that's fine, because some people don't like to live alone. Some people want a roommate, and that's fine. But I'd be interested to know which of you would be ready to move into your own apartment, or if this is something that you want to work towards in your transition goals from the Occupational Training Center. Maybe this is something we can work on. You getting the skills to live as independently as possible, and maybe in some instances completely independent.